It feels like the country's in a bad mood. I mean, there's a post office in Wales. They've kind of had enough of it. They're taking matters into their own hands. They're threatening to fine people £10 if they are rude to staff. There you go. There's their sign. Good luck with that, I have to say.
Exactly.
But,
how you going to get that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You can imagine.
Haven't got it
but
for a
this
start.
Well, I know, but that is the mood.
Well, this is becoming rife. I only realised I rang my doctor's surgery to get some bloods done, and I got through to the usual voice message that you get whenever you ring most health centres. Hello, welcome, and it goes on and on.
God forbid a person might actually answer.
It was I expected a long message, but at the end of this message, they continued and said, and we would like to remind our patients that we will not tolerate any verbal abuse, and if we hear about any situations where your staff... And I thought, what's all this extra information about verbal abuse? As if they were preempting that there's so many people who are doing it. Anyway, I spoke to a receptionist who was very lovely, very helpful, and I felt like I wanted to say at the end of it, I'm really sorry that you've been experiencing so much verbal abuse that you felt you had to put it on the opening message for everyone to hear.
But sadly, I don't think that would have the desired effect, because human nature, you've listened to, I don't know, a 45-second voicemail and it ends with that.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to make you say, oh, right, I must be cheery. And so we all seem to be going like this. Maybe, you know what, maybe we just all have a duty that if we are fortunate to perk up a bit. And I know that sounds facile.
It's hard as well, though, like we've just
said. I know,
said.
but I tell you what, I was at the airport last week. You know, classic grumpy situation, isn't it? Everyone's in a bad mood, stand in this long queue, and there was a guy working on security. And I have to admit that I'm grumpy in that situation because I've done it 100 times. And my God, I take my hat off to this guy because he managed that situation beautifully. He smiled at everyone, he looked in there, hi there, how you doing? You having a good day? Just a wee reminder, I know something, you know, and you would have been an absolute idiot to be grumpy at him, and I just had such respect for him in a difficult job.
What you give, right?
He raised himself up to be friendly, and it made everyone else friendly, and I thought,
but they can be so officious, those people, I know, and when they're not,
because they're being paid rubbish and they're having a hard time from grumpy people.
A lot of airport people, especially, you know, abroad sometimes, just, you know, clearly have no control in their own lives at home, so they assert whatever they can. You know, there is a general rule that airport people can be very rude. Mad. But I think that there is a general malaise. People are angry at what we've been through. They're angry that everywhere's short-staffed. But you know what makes my blood boil when I get the most angry? It's not the situation about delays or this. It's the fact that there's no communication. If you are communicated with, if the people from the airline, for example, say, guys, we are so sorry, there is nothing we can do. We are short-staffed. The plane is in Verona. It can't get here. You're definitely taking off. It's 7 hours, but you're definitely going. You're just relieved with the information. But I was on the train yesterday, and all I said to the guy was, you know, when's the coffee coming? He said, there's no coffee. Very surly. And I said, which makes me, and I said, oh,
exactly.
OK, but I just thought I might get a cup of coffee. He said, well, there isn't none because we're short-staffed. I said, I'm not having a go at you. There's no need to be defensive. And he said, OK, I'm really sorry. He said, I'm defensive because I'm on my own on this train. Yet again, I know that people on here are paying a lot of money in this situation, and I can't do anything about it. You've got to complain. And then another lady on the train said to me, please check your trains because we are giving up working on our rest days. We have chosen to work on our rest days, given rest days in lieu, but the goodwill has gone, and we are so sorry for people like you, a regular traveller, whose life is going to be affected. And I understood what she was saying. It doesn't mean that I won't be annoyed when I'm stranded.
So maybe we've got to stop getting annoyed. Maybe we have got to start giving everybody around us a break.
Get
annoyed at your government.
Like that going around where people are going to get fined for being, you know, inappropriate.
But then the government will people will get away with bad service.
But maybe we just have to. Maybe we have to stop.
Can't. Nothing works, Kay. Nothing works. Nothing works. I know there's a lot of people working really, really hard, and maybe harder than they ever have done because there aren't enough people working. But the point is, when nothing works,
breaks down,
and everything breaks down, and no one ever gives you, like Denise says, any explanation. It's not surprising that you're getting a bit of a mood about it.
No, but I think we've got to take a deep breath and grow up and say these are tough times and we're going to have to put a smile on our face and get on with it, personally.
Well, they need to stop talking.